Hello there, Math Marines. Mr. Friedline here. It is Tuesday, August 31st, 2010, and our homework today looks like we have a BCR and an ECR. We have to do both sides. So let's go ahead and take a look at that real quick tonight. We'll start with the BCR. Excuse me. BCR, this should look exactly like your classwork. So I'm not going to help you at all with this one. And the reason is because if you've done your classwork the way that I want you to, then you should be able to do all this stuff because we went over this in class. However, if we take a look at the ECR, a little bit different. So let's read it real quick. It says, the names of the animals are written on 3 slips of paper. The slips of paper are folded and placed in a box. And we had a whole bunch of animals and pieces of paper. It looks like it's going to turn out to be a probability problem, but let's read a little bit further and see what happens. So step A says, what animal's name is most likely to be chosen? It's starting to sound like probability. And guess what? It says monkey right there. I left that on there for a reason, just in case you forgot how to do probability. You can see that there's more monkeys than anything else, so that should help you out. Of course, in step B, it says use what you know about probability. Oh, perfect. Well, there you go. Now I know it's probability. To justify why your answer is correct, use words, numbers, and or symbols in your justification. And there's another part. It's an ECR, so there's an extension. It says, suppose you remove 2 monkey slips. Use what you know about probability to justify why your answer in step A will change. Again, use words, numbers, and or symbols in your justification. So, let me go ahead and get a pen out. I'll have a seat right here, and we'll sit down and do this together. So if I was going to do this, I want to know, use probability, I'm going to justify why there's more monkeys, or why it's going to be more so that I choose monkeys. Well, I got 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. So I have a 4 by 3 square. 4 times 3 is 12, so I know that my denominator for all of these are going to be 12. I'm always going to have 12 for no matter what. Now let's start with the monkey. I got 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I have 4 over 12 for my monkey, and I can reduce that down to 1/3. That's my monkey. Hello, monkey. Perfect. Now let's go with dog. I got 1, 2. Looks like that's it. 2 for dog. So I got 2 over 12 for the dog, which is equal to 1/6. If this is hard for you, that's okay, because we're going to learn about all this stuff next week. 1/6 for the dog. Let's see what else we got. We've got a rabbit in here somewhere, right? There we go. 1, 2, 3. 3 rabbits. So I go 3 over 12 for the rabbit. 3/12 is equal to 1/4. If you don't know how to simplify like that yet, don't worry. Rabbit. Okay, and let's see. We got one more, I think. Oh, we got a cat. 1, 2, 3. Cat. So we're going to go 3 over 12 is my cat, which is also 1/4. There we go. Right, cat. Perfect. So, is that all we got? Dog, cat, monkey, rabbit. 1, 2. Yep, that's it. So this is everything. So now all we have to do is just take a look at what probability is the greatest. Now I simplified all these, but you didn't have to, because now they all have the same denominator. So whatever numerator is biggest, dog has 2, rabbit has 3, cat has 3, monkey has 4. That means that the monkey is the greatest. That was all you would really have to do. Of course, it says justify, so you'd have to make sure that you did 4 plus 2 plus 3 plus 3 all over 12. Because that's like all your animals combined. That's the probability of picking out anything. So if you go in and you reach inside the bag and you pick out anything, you should get something, right? And we're going to find out that if we have a probability of 1, that just means something happens. 4 plus 2 is 6, plus 3 is 9, plus 3 is 12. I get 12 over 12. And guess what? 12 over 12 is the same thing as 1. That's a justify for a probability problem. You always come back to 1. That's kind of hard, I understand that, but I want you to go up and I want you to try this one right here, except for you're going to get rid of 2 monkeys. That means that instead of a 4 up here for the monkey, you'll have a 2. And there's only going to be 10 cards now. So all these denominators that are 12 would now be 10. Go through and see what you got. Try that ECR step, because right now you've just done a BCR. This is not an ECR yet. You got to do the second part. Turn this in tomorrow, and if you try your hardest, I guarantee you'll have a great grade, because we haven't even gone over this yet. Any questions, you know where to find me. Email, call, doesn't matter. Send me a little message on my blog if you need to. Have a good night.